maybe not mature, but probably shouldn't be consumed by those under the age of 21, or really anyone for that matter. The advice and opinions on this program do not reflect any rational thought that any person should have at any given moment, at any given time, and should be taken with blatant disregard. Here at Remotely Relevant, we make it a point to promote responsible consumption habits. Know your limit, practice moderation, and under no circumstances should you drive under the influence. Please be safe.
Remotely relevant.
Listen to somebody or people who just don't have anything.
Remotely relevant.
I would never want to be stuck in a forest with a strange man.
Remotely relevant.
It makes me laugh every time I watch it. But it makes me wonder, is anybody else watching still laughing at it?
Let's just believe. As long as we believe, we can manifest this to become huge. We have 100 million people watching us right now. Didn't you know that? Did you know that?
I had no idea that was happening.
I believe that she killed that dog, got herself a little lady boner, and decided, I need some more of this. Where is the goat?
I am in great pain. Please help me.
And it was the worst thing known to man. This stuff is horrible. It's bad. It'll never be good. There's nothing you can do to make this good.
Alcohol is a way of life. Alcohol is my way of life. And I aim to keep it.
Remotely relevant.
Thank you.
What is up? Welcome on in to Remotely Relevant. I am your host, Rick. Got Claudette with us.
Hey.
We are feeling good, kind of,
Feeling good.
for the moment.
Kind of. In this moment.
Yeah, for the moment. Honestly, that was kind of a horrible selection for the beginning of this one because this is going to be a hard episode for me. Honestly.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Honestly, because everything is so like fucked up in the world right now.
You think?
And usually we don't, start the show this way. But like, I think I have to say that this whole episode's going to be about all the bullshit that's pretty much happened over the last 2 weeks. It feels like the last episode we did was the last fun one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to get away from politics, and we did it for an episode, and now this shit happened, and I feel like, man, what kind of chaos did we bring to the world for skipping out on talking about bullshit? But here we are.
I don't think it's us.
No, there's no way we could have had anything to do with it, But before we get into any of that stuff, let's try and get into some of the fun stuff, that we can.
Yeah, let's have a little bit of fun.
Get to the main topic. So let's get into some remote toast, right? Toastmaster General Dan is not here again. We'll get to that in a little bit, but as you know, got my favorite toast as always. That's why we need him, because it's going to get redundant at some point. But here we go.
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
There you go.
There you go.
There-
Yummy.
And
Getting fancy tonight.
Alcohol is a
finish
way
it
of
up with
life.
that, right?
Alcohol is my way of life,
Yeah.
and I aim to keep it.
There we go.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
What's that mean?
It's time to pay the penance. First time of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, thanks for putting the toasties in. But you should have reminded me to tell everyone to put in the toasties during the remote toast. Appreciate you for doing that. And the sub. Resubbing. Someone's got to support us. I guess it's you. You and Jess. But yeah.
We gotta support.
But anyhow, time to pay the penance. Since last stream, we do have one new follower. I mean, I don't know how legit of one it is. It's called Test User, some dude named Test User, but that's okay. We will take them wherever they go. And as always, I promise that I will pay the penance for every follower. I will take a drink. And here I am.
All right. Take that drink.
Drinking it up.
Drink up. Drink up. Drink up.
Yep. And then there's also another thing I want to kind of mention here that I didn't know until a post came up and I had to share it. It's been 3 years.
What's that? Right?
3 years since
3
we first
years,
went
wow.
live.
Yay.
3 years since we first. It's probably a little bit more than that, as it comes to like actually putting out shows, like pre-recorded stuff and everything.
Right.
But yeah,
Well,
we've been doing this. I say that's worth it for both of us, right?
I would think so. Yeah, absolutely. Cheers. It was good.
Anyhow, if you are watching us on Twitch, you can use your family funds, the funds you get for just watching, to give us a drink, post question, a bunch of stuff you can do. Make sure you're using those emojis.
If
you sub, you get some awesome emojis.
You're leaving me hanging here.
I already did it, but here we go. I'll do it again. Here you go. You watching now? We there? 3, 2, 1, drink.
To the side of the screen, like you're clinking me.
Oh, you really want me to like? Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't get it. Here's the thing: the podcast people will have no idea what the hell we were talking about right there. But yeah, we paid our penance. We paid our penance, and we will get back to that after the next break. We'll do it again, and so anyone who wants to do their family funds, they can put those in there. Also, I must. We also have to talk about the drink list word, right?
Right.
Drink list word. Drink list word is political. I had a drum roll for that, didn't I? I don't know where it's at. I don't have the wherewithal to do that tonight because it's going to be crazy. So yes, political. Anytime from here on after the air horn, anytime someone says that word, got a drink. The person's got a drink. And I think we should extend it to the videos we watch. If someone in the video says it, I'll try and like ring a bell or something.
Yeah, I can keep track.
You know, I can try and ring a bell and we'll drink to that. You know.
Do that.
You know.
All right. Perfect.
Make it fun, right? You know. Okay.
Yeah. What if I notice though?
There it is. Starting at the air horn. No longer is allowed to say that word unless you actually, want to drink. You know? Did you just do it? Did you just do it?
Yeah.
You just did it. You might as well take your drink now, and we can do it later because I got to queue up this video here. I got to queue up this video. We'll get last of the fun stuff, and then we're gonna take an early break so we can get into all of these videos that I have, and we'll talk about all the
We're not
horrible
gonna
thing
do
that
what's
happened.
new or
But
anything. What's happening? I guess not.
oh,
Video.
you want to do
So
what's going on? Yeah, let's do. Yeah, actually,
it don't
we do
matter.
got to do what's going on. I almost nope.
You almost
I
skipped
almost
it.
passed it up. You're right. You are right.
God. I
See,
read the
I am
show.
out of it, and there's no reason why I should not be out of it. All right. So, Claudette, what you got going
What's
on?
going on? Nothing. I wanted to do.
See, we ain't doing what's going
really don't
on. I
have
thought
much.
you really had something to share there.
I really don't, but I was just thinking about stuff earlier what I could talk about. Like, all right, so I got back into my Polaroid cameras. I've been hanging out with those guys for a little while
Okay.
lately. I found
Okay.
some film, so I'm like, hey, I got film. So I've just been Polaroiding my. And then what else is going on?
Love it.
Oh, I figured out how to work the gears on a bicycle. And I figured that now I know my bike doesn't really work that good because the left gear don't work.
No,
I just thought you
okay.
need one
I get what you're
handlebar with the
saying.
gears. So figure that out. And
Well, I mean, it
okay,
depends.
so the
Okay,
left
all
one
right.
never worked. Okay, I bought this bike for $25, and the left one never worked. I thought, the right one works. So I finally Googled how to work them because I'm like, I wonder how
Yeah.
these work. And turns out the left one's pretty important. it's like they have two
Yeah.
sets of gears, front and back, and the left is for the back and
Yeah,
front.
and it's like,
You know what I mean? Well, the one that doesn't work, it's stuck on the lowest gear. And this is
oh, okay,
why
yeah.
this is why it's hard. It's hard. Like I'm dying. I'm like going up hills and stuff, because you're supposed to use the easier
Mhm.
gears to go up the hills. I didn't have that.
Absolutely. Mhm.
So
Hey,
it still
you
works.
learn. You live and you learn, right?
I learned. Yeah.
That's what it's
I
about,
learned how
right?
to. That's about it.
Honestly, I really don't have much going on either.
Okay.
I have been did you lose your screen again? We
Yeah,
can
I
see
got
it.
it.
There you go. Yeah. But no, I ain't got much going on. Kids are doing good. Everyone's doing good. Yeah, but I think the more important thing about what's going on is pretty much what's going on with the show, right?
Yeah.
We have Buckaroo over here. He's asking, "Where's Dano?" Right?
Yeah.
Well,
He's on
if you've been
vacation.
following us when you've been following us if you've been following us since the beginning, you can see that we're like half short on our cast right now.
Yeah.
So it's not just Dan, it's also Matt. He's been gone. Matt's on a sabbatical. He's decided to
So Davey.
go over. He's decided to chase some other creative endeavors, but that's okay. That's all right. And Dan,
love it.
he's on leave because he fell asleep last stream, and we can't have that. So I have decided to discipline him. I'm just joking. He'll be back at some point. He's just taking the weekend off and decompressing. It's been a very depressing time. So, everyone takes their time and does their things and works at their own pace here. That's how I run a loose ship. Guys can come and go whenever they really want. You could drop in right now if you really wanted to,
Yeah.
I mean,
We're pretty lenient.
I don't care, very loose ship,
We don't care, but my dog said,
Yeah.
Your whole sweet. So.
Yeah, that's what her dog said. So, but but also what's going on with the show is we have a hopefully if we get to it tonight, right? We got a new series that we're going to be putting out on YouTube called Press Play, right?
Yep,
Forever, for a long time, forever. I've been wanting to do a music series, and it's just like, how do you do one? Because you can't. I can't play you music.
True.
But you can play music. So find out go to our YouTube page here in the near future and hit the press play. Listen with us. So check that out. That's coming up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's going on with the show.
Genius idea.
Maybe, I don't know. It's it's an experimental idea. I don't know exactly how
It's still a good idea.
genius it is.
Well,
yeah,
you
as
know,
long as
so
people aren't
far,
lazy. People, you have to not be lazy, okay? And that's kind of part of it, you know. A lot of people
True,
like to be
but I don't
lazy.
know
I like to be lazy.
Well, how hard is it to pull up? You don't even have to move. You just have to have your
We'll
phone.
get it. Let's not get too much into it on this show. Let's let
We won't.
that
I'm just
show.
saying.
You know.
I know.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's fun. Fun times.
Good times.
Subscribe.
Make sure you're subscribing. Giving us likes and follows.
Please.
You know, go on over to Twitch. That's the most fun place.
Yeah, you can do toasties. And
you know,
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's mostly you get.
It's fun.
Family funds. You get frickin', you know, emotes. I don't know. It's just an awesome place to get some stuff, you know, to watch us and actually interact with us a little bit more. Have other ways to interact with the show. Like Jess, come and pay the penance time. She's going to make me drink. She used 300 of her points. Then you got emotes of our faces and stuff. It's just awesome. Just head on over there. Just do it. You know? Just freaking do it.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Yeah.
I want to play this little video before.
That could be a good word one of these days. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh,
it would be.
Our word is what? You gotta tell my word.
We already told them the word. I already said the word. I'm not saying the word. You say the word.
I'm just trying to get you to say the word.
You're trying to get me to say the word?
Yep.
That was a good attempt. You might be able to pull that off on Dan. Like, hey, Dan, you're the Toastmaster. You're supposed to tell people the word. Yeah, we should have said that off air, right?
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll try the next time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, you know, like, all right, speaking of like music and stuff, because, you know, we do have our new music series on YouTube called Press Play. You can check that out on YouTube at our show live. But
check it out.
Speaking of music, you know, I've never really been super keen on country music. And like, there's some of it I like. Obviously, there's some of it I like. Some of it I like a lot, actually. There's some beautiful music that is country, right? But when it comes to country and like rap music, I've always been more like I'd listen to rap more. I'd rather listen to rap than country. That's where I'm at when it comes to that. And that's why I really appreciate when There I Ruined It mashes up songs for me. I just love it. So here we go.
Cruising down the street, my 6'4", jocking the bitches and slapping the hoes. And I'm hoping for Compton, I can see my homies tonight.
Cause the boys
in the hood are always hard. You come talking that trash and we'll pull your car. Hey, motherfucker. Knowing nothing in life but to be legit. Don't quote me, boy, cause I ain't said shit. Hey, motherfucker.
Did people...
That's
a good one.
I love that kind of stuff. I ruined it. Definitely. I love their mashups. I just freaking love it.
I don't think that's what, I don't know. That's not what I thought a mashup was. I thought a mashup was like not actually like changing the words. They just exchanged.
Well, he took the words of a rap song and put it to the music of a country song. I that kind of constitutes as a mashup to me.
I would agree.
You know,
actually. I'm sorry, my cameras fell. Oh,
Yeah, it's okay. You know what? You take yourself
What?
some time
okay.
to fix your camera because we're going to take ourselves a little break,
I said I you.
and then we're going to get into the we're just going to get into we have to talk about it. There's nothing about no ifs, ands, or buts. We're going to get into the
Okay,
Charlie
let's
Kirk
do it.
destination and all the fucking bullshit that ensues when all this stuff ever happens. So catch us on the flip side. It should be a great, wonderful, grand time.
Yep.
Catch us
See you in a
on the
minute.
flip side. See you in a minute.
Thank you.
Well, welcome back to Remotely Relevant. I am your host, Rick. We got Claudette with us.
Hey,
As always.
we're back.
As always, Dan is out on vacation again. He's taking a lot of vacation days.
Yeah, no.
You know, he's gonna owe a lot
every
here.
year. He's gonna take him to
You know,
every
he's
year.
gonna owe a lot here soon, you know? I think he's
Yeah.
borrowing from next year's, honestly.
Well, that's why he's
I think
taking
he's
it
borrowing
now.
from next year.
He's got to use them up.
Yeah. Right? It is this end of summer, fall, you know? Probably one of the better times to take it. You need to, you know?
Yep.
It's all good. He'll be back.
He'll be back.
Yep. Once we get things going, I think we'll convince Matt to come back from his sabbatical and we'll be whole again.
We're whole
That's
now.
how that'll work. That is true. I'll give you that. But
we'll be like back.
yeah. We'll be like double whole.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Double.
Something like
Triple.
that. Double hole. You know what that means? It's time to pay the penance. Words like double hole. I'm not quite sure what that means exactly what we're thinking. Yep. You just agreed.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I heard you
Were
right.
there any instances of the drink list word that I did?
I did not
I didn't
think
know
so.
this. Did you know this?
I didn't know this.
Anybody who is watching at home can always keep us honest on these drink list words. It's right there at the bottom right hand side of your screen. We're not allowed to say that word. If we do, we have to drink. And when we're watching these videos coming up, which a lot of them are that word, actually all of them are that word, I'm pretty sure that word might come up. If I hear it, I'll try and ring the bell and then we'll drink as we're watching.
We'll be
Right?
drunk. That's right.
Sounds like a good way to do it.
Sounds like fun.
Sounds like a great
Fun
way
time.
to do it. But pay the penance time. Jess over here has decided to use 300 family funds to make me drink. So I am going to complete this right now.
Bravo, Jess. Bravo.
Thank you, Jess, for interacting. All of you in Twitch, you can, interact all you want. Chat away. Have fun. That's what this show's about. And sometimes, just sometimes, it's about decompressing after horrific events. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just going to play this and I'm going to play the main topic intro here, get my bearings straight, and I got to bring up a video here and we'll get into it. Okay. So, we should probably take this off. At this point, we all know about what's happened. It's been, a while. Everyone's probably sick of it at this point. And, I think the best way to start it off is to say that, we don't condone violence of any type, political, non-political, doesn't matter. We don't want to see violence at all. That's the whole point of the society we live in and the democracy we have, is so we don't have to get to that point. And there's no reason we should be at that point. There isn't. And we could go over that. We could go a whole show over that. And, it wouldn't make a difference. It really doesn't matter. But and that's kind of what it is. I can't believe anybody, we should have to say that. We don't condone violence. No one condones violence. You know what I'm saying? Honestly.
No.
And that's why I want to offer this area, this community, this family we're trying to build here on Twitch. And even, those of you watching us on Facebook and YouTube. we're trying to build a community of people who are just for each other, no matter where they're at, no matter what they think of, no matter what their thoughts. And that's why it's hard to like even cover political stuff because it's so divisive, you know? And I'm coming to a point where I'm done with sides and parties, and like we've got it wrong. It shouldn't be left and right. It should be people and versus government. Those are the sides. We're supposed to keep them in check. You know what I'm saying? They're not supposed to
right and wrong.
control.
Right and wrong.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when it comes down to it, everyone knows what's right and wrong, and yes, you should, and that's
Right.
where it gets to.
That's what
But
it should.
it gets blurry
That's what it
when
needs
it
to
gets
be,
blurry
right and wrong.
when you have leaders who want to stoke flames because it helps them, you know, like we don't like,
Right.
and that's not just, I'm not saying just this administration, like it hasn't been fair for a long time for any administration that's been in there. They haven't been working for us for a long time. You know, they try to act like they are, and now they're just starting to just show their true face, and it just happens to be that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It just happens to be. And that's all of like, that's so nuanced and so hard to just describe it one thing that I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, the only people I'm against are people who are going to tell me what to do, you know? And it seems like they're going to start trying to do that here real soon. Like,
they've already started.
they're already starting to do it. They're already starting to do it. You're right. Yeah, honestly, I realized my misspeak there, but
it's scary, and that's how it starts, though, Rick. That's how it starts. It starts with little tiny things that people don't really notice until we're there, until we're actually there. You know, I mean, that's how they.
Yeah,
That's
until it's already gotten to that point. Yeah,
only
to the
way they
tipping
can
point.
do it. They're not
Really.
going to just one day be free, the next day, oh, guess what? You know, it's not going to happen like that. That's
No,
how
they
people
chip away
go
at
with
that
it.
shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they chip away at that shit.
Yep.
And a lot of people are right now screaming for it. But my deal is, and when it came, like I know I lost myself there for a second, but like, because this really did hit me. This hit me hard, honestly. Like, and we're gonna get into it, like all of it, but like just at the most simplest fact of it all, I feel like the whole two sides things, left and right, they've divided us too far. And this community, I don't want to shun out anyone, although I do believe that the way we cover things, people are going to shun themselves out from it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about these guys. These guys are fucking liberal hacks. I'm like, I assure you, I'm trying to come from a place of common sense at all points, you know, and I share the stuff that I believe makes sense to me.
And we should,
and that's what we kind of do on this show here is, you know, we get a little drink going, we get a little buzz going. We can't always express ourselves in the way we want. So I try to get the videos that express my opinions. Not always, not 100%. There are things I do disagree with all the time, you know, but there needs to be that room for that nuance.
It's okay to be like that. That's where we should be. We're trying to build a community where everybody's opinion is their opinion, and it's okay to have that opinion. You don't have to hate another person because you don't like their opinion.
Right.
That's where
Absolutely.
that's where how we should be living, because it's just the way it should be, but it's not. And it will never be. It will never be that way. But at least that's what we're trying to build.
Absolutely. And where that leads me into the next point is that this place is a safe spot. Safe space. You know what I'm saying? But it's a safe space for everyone. And when we're getting into the talking about Charlie Kirk and his assassination, I want you to know that no matter how you felt in that moment, you're welcome here. Like, I hear a lot of people trying to condemn people who celebrated the moment. Like, I myself did not. I'm not going to celebrate violence. I'm just not going to. But I understand where a certain demographic of people would do that, you know? And then I'm not going to sit there
Right.
and condemn people who are mourning his death either. Because
Right.
I don't know, honestly, at the end of the day, I don't know who he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I know is what he said. So I don't care how you thought about it. You can come in here and you can express how you felt, and I'm not going to judge you. And if people in chat judge
We're gonna have
you,
a certain
then
level of respect for that.
you know, simmer down, people, because we're not judging nobody in chat. So just simmer down when it comes to this stuff. You know, you can vent all you want. That's what I want. I want to know how people are feeling, but I'm not gonna be like holier than thou when it comes to how people felt or feel about it, you know, because that's, you know, I'm not gonna judge you. Like, you know, you're like, if you're judging your judge, and that's no place for anyone to judge anyone, you know, especially because you don't know anybody's story, you know.
Right, unless you've walked in somebody's shoes, you really don't have a right to judge them.
Absolutely.
Because you don't know what, you know, what it took to
I'm going to
have them make
reiterate
the choices
again,
they made.
we don't condone violence of any type, political or non-political. And this was a horrible, tragic event. I'm not going to celebrate it, but I'm not going to mourn the guy either, because I know what he said and what he espoused.
He wasn't a
to
good
say,
person, I would say
and
that.
he wasn't in my opinion, he wasn't a good person,
But he
and I'm not
didn't
going to have
get shot.
I'm not going to have any empathy for people
You know, that's
who
the
were bad people. The people I do feel bad for
No.
are his children, and that's about it, because no one should have to grow up without their parent. You know,
True.
that's freaking horrible. No matter
But,
how horrible of a person he was or wasn't, and that's the deal. That's the thing, is like, in my opinion, because all right, like I said earlier, we've been doing this for 3 years, and none of that makes us as experts. We got 2 people watching us right now. You know what I'm saying? So we're not freaking experts at this at all. But I've been doing this long enough to know that there's a lot of people who are saying things that make them money, and that's it. I don't know if Charlie Kirk was this person or not. He could have been a great person at home. He might not have believed a goddamn thing he said, but he was saying them to get money, and that doesn't make you a great person either. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't necessarily make him the worst person in the world, considering the way everything works. Like, you know, people at their heart
we gotta go what we go
are,
off of what we know.
yeah, people at their heart are freaking just like protect themselves and their families first. That's how we are as a species. It just is, you know. I
know.
It takes a lot to be, you know, caring and empathy beyond that. And it's easy to do that when you don't have the means to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like,
But it's
humans are
protecting your
valuable
kids.
people. They're you know, they're not perfect. We're not perfect. So I'm not going to judge anybody for anything.
Are you
But
saying that he did what he are you saying that you think he did what he did for, you know, living because he was protecting his family and his kids? Because I don't consider that. Is that
no,
what you were suggesting?
no,
Okay.
no. And I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying at the heart of human beings, that's our first goal. That's our first main goal as humans, is to propagate our species.
Right.
So to protect
But
ourselves.
there's a way to
Do you know
go
what I'm
about
saying? So
doing
people
that.
will do things. I'm not saying he did or anything. I'm saying people will do things to make sure that is that you know, that they're protected. And when it comes to protection, what's the easiest way to have protection in this world, in this life, from anything? And that's having money, grifting.
Right. I understand
You know what I'm
that
saying?
there's a way.
I'm not
There's a way to
saying
go to do things than not to have to do them in a hurtful manner. You don't have to be an asshole or a fucking
absolutely.
evil ass
I'm
prick
not
to protect your family. You
I'm
know,
not
I'm not mad at you. I'm
condoning
just, you
anything
know,
he's done, you know. I know. I'm
right.
saying, yeah, I'm
But
just
that doesn't excuse it. It doesn't excuse it. There's no excuse for him, or
right.
there's no excuse for it. There just isn't. I don't
No,
think
there
there
isn't.
is. I
You're
don't
right.
think there's
for anything he said, but
And
there's also no
right, and I'm
excuse
not
for
trying to judge him
anybody to
either.
take him out the way they
I'm only
took.
going off of what I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Oh, we're gonna get
he
into
didn't
it.
deserve
I got a
to
lot of
die,
stuff here.
you know, but he does.
No,
He didn't
deserve to die
that way.
that way,
I'm not sad about
but
it
he
either.
definitely, he definitely like doesn't deserve to be handled as some next
Right.
Jesus or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that
True. Yep.
is antithetical to anything Jesus said, supposedly
Right.
had said. But I want to just remind people first, before we even get into all this, that people are people. Let me share my screen here. And loading. Oh, and play.
We're just walking in front of it like we're not recording.
It happens. People are people. None of it's intentional. Never attribute to malice what can be attributed to incompetence. It's far more likely that they're all in their own worlds, doing their own thing. They're not paying attention to the world around them. And we all do it every day, whether you're driving, walking down the street. All our lives are just as complex as everybody else's. Everything you have going on, they have going on. Nobody knows what everybody else is going through. We all need to be a little more self-aware and aware of the world around us.
He's like a wizard, like a wise wizard. They found a sage in a shopping mall.
Right? People are
Right.
people. And I believe that in most cases, that's the fact for most people. And I want to remind everybody that, because we're going to get to some dark spaces here as we
Right,
move
but
along this.
I don't know. I just don't think there's
This
any excuse
day.
that going about it like in a mean or cruel or hateful way. You can be non-judgmental about people. I mean, you can protect your family or do things you do, but there's no excuse for being hurting other people. That's just my opinion.
No, but that's not what he was saying. He was just saying, like, don't attribute to malice, which could be
Yeah,
just
no.
explained by,
I know what you're saying.
people are people. And let's get to this next one here. I gotta pause it, and it's hard to bring these
Like they
videos
say,
up this way,
hurt
but
people, right?
yeah, hurt people do hurt people, and that's how the vicious cycle continues, right?
Right. Yep, true.
But here's the thing: I do also want to remind people before we get into the dark spaces that life is gonna life. You know, we're here for you when life's on you.
Yep. Yes, we
If I know anything, sure, that's debatable. I know that life is gonna life on you. Life gonna throw a bunch of life at you real fast, real hard when you least need it or expect it. Life is gonna life on you. That's just life. Okay, that's what life does. Life is probably lifing on you right now. Okay, and I want you to know you got this. This ain't the first time that life is lifed on you. You know that. This ain't the first time we've been through this shit. We've been drugged through the mud. This ain't the first time, and it won't be the last time. And guess what? You can do it. You did it then, and you can do it now. Maybe you do it better now than you did it then. Maybe you didn't do it good then at all. Maybe this is your chance to do it all right now. You can. And we're blessed. We're blessed to have life lifing on us this hard. I tell you that, we are blessed to have life lifing on us this hard, because we got people that got life on so hard that they don't got life no more. You know that. I know that. We take these lumps. We take these bumps, and we keep moving. Okay, that's what we do. We're fucking survivors. That's what you do. Okay, that's what you are capable of. Write that shit down. If I know anything, and
true. It's
Life
true
is gonna
because
life.
life's gonna life, and you're gonna make it through it because you have to, and you have through your whole life, 100%. If you've gotten through it, 100%.
Absolutely. Okay. So where are we at? All right. So when it comes to all right, yeah. When it comes to all this shit that fucking happened, obviously we know what happened. And I gotta move this over to the screen now. This is all messing me up. all times I'm getting messed up. But anyhow, when all of it started, everything started. Obviously, the day he got shot, it was horrible. Like, I don't know. Everyone out there saying you need to just go see it because this is what happens in all shootings and blah 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 this and blah blah that. But no, you don't have to see that. You don't have to go see it if you don't want to go see it. You know what I'm saying?
It's not an accident.
Yeah, and a lot of people did, and I wonder, like, it's bullshit that it even like anything else would have gotten censored off of all these platforms in a second, but somehow that went viral and went everywhere. And yeah, I mean, we could get into the conspiracy theories if you want. Some point in the future. But I want to remind everybody that when this first started, nobody knew what was going on. Not anybody. No, nobody knew who this guy was, who did it. They actually
wasn't anybody, was he?
Well, nobody knew what his motives were and why he did it, and they had arrested 2 other peoples before the. Yeah, I'm talking about the guy who shot him.
Okay, I know.
My bad. Nobody knew anything about this guy. Like they didn't know. They arrested 2 other people before this guy even got turned in. You know.
What are his motives? Do they know now?
I want Mr. Global to remind you that nobody knew what was going on.
Hey guys, can I just say something real quick? Listen, nobody knows why
No, of
Tyler Robinson did what he did to Charlie Kirk, and anyone who says they do is entirely full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Thanks.
And
hey guys,
that was,
I just
then
nobody knows, still doesn't know now, right?
It's still convoluted. We know a lot of more than we did. My problem with all this not knowing is that the guy's alive. He didn't off himself like all these other people do. Why don't we ask him? You're telling me they didn't ask him why you did this, and we're just not, now we have to go with text messages and chats that supposedly were from him, but don't sound like anybody his age would, and where he does, where he hangs, he wouldn't talk like that, so anything that's coming out of this administration to me is probably not truthful. But yeah, nobody knows who this guy was. And we're going to get into who they're saying he was here in a little bit. But I also want to get back to how everyone is holding Charlie Kirk up as what happened to him is horrible. We don't condone it. You know what I'm saying? We condemn what happened to Charlie Kirk. None of it was good. It was horrible. We don't like it. But like, everyone's saying that all of the bad things he said is taken out of context. And I want people to know that, like, when you add the context and it doesn't change what he said, you don't need to add any more context. And he wasn't a stupid guy. Like, he used tactics that, you know what I'm saying, are used to, in bad faith, win debates. And I'm going to give you the context with this video here as soon as I can bring it up. Screen. There's got to be a better way to do this, but I'll figure it out someday.
You're taking him out of context.
I've had a hyperfixation on combating manipulative communication since middle school. I studied Nazi propaganda in college and have continued my education since.
He's not a Nazi.
You want to know how these people manipulate you?
Fine.
I'm about to show you a pattern Cook often used, layering several manipulation tactics. Other of his ilk used the same. First, he starts with an inflammatory statement.
If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
So, he was a great debater. In context,
it's a dog whistle to his most extreme followers.
Come on!
It's also what's called an anchor for him to refer to later. We'll get to that, so hold on till the end for multiple revelations.
Okay, yeah. But in context,
next he says...
Not an immediate, no, that's not who I am. That's not what I believe.
See? That tactic tactic is called inoculating, giving him plausible deniability.
You're grasping at straws.
Watch for this pattern. A dog whistle awful statement followed by a softening of the awful statement with a new statement. This is a type of moral laundering. Try to keep up with all these terms.
And all this is bad.
This gives his followers the ability to weaponize the first part while providing them an escape route with the second. Now, you wanted to see the full quote in full context, right? Full?
What? Yeah.
Pay real close attention here to what he says in these next few.
I want to be as blunt as possible because now I'm connecting two dots.
So this is authority framing, where he signals he is an expert about to reveal a hidden truth.
So get to his hidden truth.
Wait a second, the CEO said that he's forcing that a white qualified guy is not going to get the job.
A straw man and a false claim mischaracterizing diversity hiring as forcing out qualified white men, which is a zero-sum narrative. You keeping up? It's also scapegoating, which shifts blame of his own prejudice to an external villain, i.e. DEI and black pilots. And it is white victim inversion, casting the dominant group as the harmed party.
That's a lot.
It is, but he ain't done.
So I see this guy might be a nice person, and I say, boy, I hope he's not a Harvard-style affirmative action student. He landed half of his flight simulator trials.
He's implying that the black guy still could have gotten his commercial pilot certification even if he crashed half his simulations.
You're starting to get it. It's a loaded example with the purpose of poisoning the well and a tactic of specificity illusion. He names a prestigious school, Harvard. He uses a made-up situation that he frames almost like it's a statistic to make it seem like this was actually a thing that happened sometime.
But it didn't?
But it didn't. Now remember that first statement?
If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
See how it is an anchor? He keeps referring back to it, building layers of a case to rationalize that awful thing he said, but he takes it in a new direction, blaming DEI for it. Has he said one verifiable statement yet?
I mean, DEI does make him less qualified.
And you believe that because guys like Kirk. Now, he keeps going on this rant, but we're running out of time. The truth is, not a single pilot or aviation professional has ever gotten their certification if they haven't passed the same standards everyone else has. His crash test simulations argument is hogwash because you need a minimum of 40 hours actual flight time, not a simulator, just to get a private pilot's license before you can even start the certification process for your commercial license. And most instructors don't sign off on you until you've done 60 to 80 hours. Then there's the 250 minimum in an actual aircraft to get commercial, and then 1,500 minimum actual flight hours to be an airline pilot on top of your flight simulation hours. And the thing Kirk's arguments ignore is that if an instructor passes someone who is incompetent, their instructor license can be revoked. They don't do that!
So what's DEI?
Grants that fund outreach initiatives to get underrepresented populations interested in aviation. Funding for colleges and universities, including HBCUs, to develop or expand aviation training and pipelines. Grants and scholarships that provide a means for those who can't afford the astronomical costs of aviation schools. And all of these programs are optional. No corporate or private entity is forced to do them. There has been drastic shortage of pilots and aviation personnel since Reagan's disastrous policies, which made training unaffordable, among numerous other issues. But now, because of DEI cuts, the shortage is getting worse. They weren't taking white people's spots. They have more spots than applicants.
That's a lot to take in.
So back to our subject. Be aware of this propaganda tactic. Inflammatory dog whistle statement, immediately followed to deny or soften that statement. Then rationalize the original statement, doubling down with fallacies and empty arguments. Kirk was not a debater. Kirk was a propagandist who sowed hate through manipulative, bad faith rhetoric. So I believe we should release the Epstein files.
I agree.
Right?
You're taking them out of context.
I've had a hypothesization on combating manipulation.
Huh?
They supposedly had released, I thought they did, or released some of it or something, or a letter. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, that was like, yeah, no. No, they didn't. They haven't
Not
released
the files,
anything.
but
and they're not going to.
no, because There's too many people in power on it.
Yep, absolutely. You
That's
got it.
Messed up in itself.
You're understanding. That was Jeremy Andrew Davis, and he kind of totally explained that. Like,
yeah,
you know, more clear than I could with this buzz I got going on. You know.
Yeah, I'm trying to make this.
It also brings us to this both sides deal. Like everyone when this happened is trying to like, was he left wing? Was he right wing? Was he left wing? Was he right wing? Claudette, do you condone murder?
No.
You condone, do you? Yeah. No, you don't. You don't condone murder, right? Murder's bad.
Do not. Murder's
right?
bad. Yes, right, correct.
So, does it matter what side this guy's ideology was? Absolutely not. He murdered someone. He's bad. If he was left wing, then no, sorry. Like he killed someone. He's not us. If he's right, then people on the right should be like, yeah, no, sorry, he's not one of us. He killed someone. That's how it should be. He's not anybody's side at that point. I'm sick of this whole bullshit of like sides. Like,
me too.
Who cares what side? Who cares what side he was on? He killed someone. Condemn what he did and move the fuck on. You know, because there's absolutely nothing you can do about it now.
Right.
Anyhow, I always like to go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
I don't even know now.
No.
It's kind of slipped out my head. What was I gonna say?
I like the Pissed Magistus. I like him telling us kind of some ideas of what's going on here. So about the both sidesism.
American political factions on the internet try and pass this shooter back and forth like some kind of hot potato for the past few days has been interesting.
Clearly this happened in the name of the radical leftist, wimpy snowflake, violent militant, Muslim fundamentalist, secular atheist, gay agenda. Well, his state is MAGA, and his town is MAGA, and his family is MAGA, and his grandma's MAGA, so he's probably MAGA too. Well, that picture is fake, which is typical of you fake news leftists, and he even wrote leftist slogans right on his bullets. You mean the memes that he wrote? You mean calling Charlie Kirk a fascist? You mean like this guy does? Yeah, it turns out maybe he's one of those right-wingers that's so far right it even makes the maggots blush. Oh yeah, well his roommate is a transgender. What kind of right-wing person would do that? Hey, you know when there's like a Republican convention in town and Grindr has a tendency to break down due to too much traffic on their servers? And just saying, I'm not really sure where we think this is going. It's as if people think that wherever the potato lands is going to determine who has the good guy ideology or which ideology might tend to end up in violence. The answer to that is all of them. Not both of them, mind you. All of them. Any ideology can putrefy in a sick and hostile environment and end up in the head of a mentally unwell person who's particularly susceptible to hyperbolic rhetoric to the point where they end up bringing a sniper rifle to a university campus. Particularly an environment where the people in power are fanning the flames deliberately because it serves their agenda to have the populace constantly at each other's throats. Which is why sensible people tend to try to argue that it's a lot harder to try and police people's ideologies than it is to simply police access to sniper rifles and provide access to mental health care. I think this might be a good time for us all to remind ourselves where we were at rhetorically like a year ago or a year and a half ago. Because I remember a lot of interesting things. I remember a lot of talk against Western involvement in foreign conflicts all over the world. Granted, from different perspectives, some were more opposed to the idea of Western economic imperialism, others more from the perspective of spending tax money on foreign conflicts when there were so many domestic problems that needed to be dealt with. I remember a lot more collective outrage at a system that was play pretending capitalism whilst enabling socialism, but only for corporations and the ultra-wealthy. I remember people noticing that whenever there was a crisis or an economic disaster, it always seemed to be exceedingly profitable for those same ultra-wealthy, no matter which faction's leadership happened to be in charge. I remember outrage about those same politicians and those same ultra-wealthy people getting away with vile, degenerate crimes on luxurious private islands whilst simultaneously preaching to the rest of us about Western morality and democratic virtues. I remember clearly a lot of outrage about the people in power very obviously removing or controlling platforms in an attempt to control the narrative and limit the outrage, or at least direct it somewhere else. And it seems to me that since then, everybody's been ushered very effectively back into their neat and tidy little boxes. You know, oxytocin, which is the neurochemical responsible for bonding within a group, is the same chemical responsible for hostility towards the out-group, the enemy. And having an out-group or a clear enemy significantly increases how effective the in-group bonding becomes. That's what I see here when Donald Trump immediately gets on television and says radical leftist rhetoric is to blame. He's not just strengthening the bond within MAGA by pointing to an enemy in the form of the radical left. He's strengthening the bond within the left by giving them an enemy in the form of himself. He's creating monoculture within political thought, pushing people into boxes, increasing people's loyalty to the system itself. You know, the system that always seems to serve the interests of the ultra-wealthy, regardless of who happens to be in power. And before you try to accuse me of the sin of centrism, which I can feel some of you doing in the comments already, saying things like, well, it's different when one side actually is vile and racist and hateful and despicable and evil. I can't find middle ground with people like that. I agree. You can't find middle ground or reason with an ideologue. That is the point of billions of dollars of propaganda dedicated to transforming the populace into ideologues. Don't look for middle ground. There is none. Just think twice before you become an ideologue. Don't let the lords of the ideologues transform you into the exact thing they need you to become in order to make for themselves more ideologues. You know?
And that is why I'm done with the sides.
No more sides. Just be
No
a
more
good
sides.
I wish it was that simple, you know?
I'm just going to advocate for what I think is good. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's what anybody should do. But like,
right. And that's the way it should be.
You
just
can't
be a good person. I mean, that's it.
Like, but there's too many people who rationalize as the evil that they do as good.
I understand
That's
that.
the problem.
I do understand that. It's, you know, I don't know. Humanity's the problem.
It's part of the problem.
I just don't, you know, I
I
don't
mean,
understand.
if we weren't here, there wouldn't be none of these problems, right?
Right.
Right.
I mean, I don't know
If we weren't here, none of that
when empathy became a choice rather than a requirement of being human, because that's what it's come down to.
Well, no, I
understand
mean,
that.
honestly, that's what makes people human is empathy, and people without
That's what I'm saying.
empathy
I don't know when did that tell me when that started becoming a choice now, because to me, I don't think you are human if you don't have empathy. And that's, I mean, every man for themselves apparently now. You know, people just look away when somebody's getting hurt. They don't do anything to help.
As I said earlier, that's the main instinct of us as people is you first, family second, you know what I'm saying? And then down the line, you know, like that's just how people are. Like that's survival.
Sad,
It's just
if you ask
how
me.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Well, that's why we were supposed to be building a just society, is so that those things could be eradicated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But people have decided not to eradicate that from their you know, inner monologue, and now society is starting to crumble. I mean, like if you don't understand that like the money you pay in your taxes is supposed to go to helping people, not to like create more wars and make
Right.
rich people more richer. Like I don't we all understand that. Both sides understand that.
Right.
They really do. It's just somehow they really think that through Trump they're gonna he's gonna change it, and even to the contrary of all the evidence that's glaring them in the goddamn fucking face, they won't fucking see it. And that's what makes this politics shit so divisive, is because I know, like, honestly, if we had people watching us, we'd have half of them leave as soon as I fucking said that, because that's where we are, because people have taken a side, tribes, and we've decided that this is the tribe we're gonna stand. We're gonna let the people who've been screwing us forever be the leaders of our tribes, instead of us leading our tribe against them and forcing them to do what we want them to do or what society needs done, because they're supposed to work for us, but they no longer do. They don't.
No, they don't.
We're going to get back into all this.
Every man for themselves now.
We're going to take ourselves a quick little break.
Let's take a break.
Take ourselves
Subscribe.
a break. Make sure you're subscribing.
Hit the like button.
Go over to freaking YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, our show live. Watch us at all them places. Twitch is the place to be.
Place to be. Look at all the.
I forgot to mention earlier. We're about to expand the show. We're about to do an hour on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh, yeah.
From 9 to 10 Eastern.
Yeah.
We'll start doing that next week. So, talk about a few things. We'll probably run the show like we normally do, and we'll see how it goes. Come up with a new format if we have to for a shorter show, and you come visit us every other Saturday like you always do, and we'll be freaking partying like there's no tomorrow.
Like there's no tomorrow.
No tomorrow. But for now, catch you on the flip side. When we get back, we're gonna get into more of this, because it's an important topic. We need to decompress. We need to get through this so we can move on. And we're gonna talk about how outrage was the first. Everyone was outraged. That was the first emotion. So we're gonna go through that emotion when we get back.
Let's do it.
We'll catch you on the flip side.
What's up?
Welcome on in to Remotely Relevant. Welcome back. I'm your host, Rick. Got Claudette with us. As always, Dan is on vacay. Sounds good. Some of us don't get to take vacays. You know, some of us don't get to take vacays. Nope. It is what it is. You know, okay. It just is. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But
yep.
Right. I mean, some of us don't get to take vacations, and some of us are going to be working even more now that we're doing a show on Tuesday and Thursdays for an hour between 9 and 10.
Triple the fun. Or double the fun.
Yeah. Who knows? It's we don't do math around here, so that's exactly correct. It's quadruple the fucking fun for all we fucking care. We don't do math around here.
We don't math. We ain't
math
mathing.
Is not done here like that.
It's
do
not.
That. Get out of here with that.
But yes, we're gonna be triple threat.
Triple threat. Mm-hmm. Time to pay that penance.
Yeah. Pay up, bitches.
Okay. So I haven't been keeping track. We need more watchers.
I haven't kept track at all.
You know, we need more people on Twitch to watch us and keep us more honest. You know, start tallying for us. You know, like, oh, he said it, say that. But you want to know what? We did watch a few videos there, and I'm guaranteed the word came up a few times. So I think we're just gonna take a nice little drink.
I'll take the word.
All right, we'll take a nice drink. There we go. That's how we do it.
No, I think I sent you a drink on Twitch there.
Did you? No.
I didn't.
I don't see it anywhere. Let me look it up.
Maybe I didn't have
you did. Make Rick drink.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Rick needs a new beer. So,
what were you doing on your break, Rick?
What?
What were you doing on your break? Oh, it's next to you.
I got a beer right. I got my little pack of beer here.
Still cooler. Look at you. One box cooler.
And all right, I am going to pay the penance for Claudette.
Pay it.
She has to earn them, so it's not fair that I have unlimited.
It's fair.
It is what it is.
It's fair.
And that
Life's
was
not
pay
fair,
the
Rick.
penance. What? Life's on you, okay? Life just life's on you.
Life is always life in. God.
You know, it's just life, and you know,
all the time.
he said like life 100 times, but every word he said made goddamn sense.
It's true though.
Goddamn true. All right, so we're going to continue on with the main topic, which is the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and we do condemn all violence, what political, non-political. Just violence sucks. Don't do it. Like,
it sucks.
It's not hard to be like, hey, this isn't good. Don't do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. It's not that hard. It really isn't.
We get too caught up in what's going on, and you know, this should happen, that should happen, that should happen. You know, like people, like, you're being controlled by your fears. Remember that. Remember that when you're afraid, you're most vulnerable. So stop being afraid and stop letting these people make you afraid, and you're gonna live a lot better life.
And remember, feelings are not facts. So just because you feel some way about something doesn't mean that it's true or a fact. So you have to remember. I think people have to remember that.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's like, I mean, sometimes they are when they're factual feelings, but yeah, like your immediate reaction to things are not like are emotional at most times and are not rational. But I get what you're saying.
Because okay, so for instance, if I thought, okay, I feel like you're mad at me, Rick, and you're not mad at me. That's what I mean. Sometimes people, not sometimes, yeah. So it's hard to explain, but they aren't. Feelings are not facts. They're just not.
Nope. I get you there. Yes. Okay. Yep. In that example, absolutely right. But so as we talked about earlier, we knew nothing about the shooter to begin with, and people just automatically jump to conclusions or whatever. But we do know a little bit more about him now, and honestly, the more you know, the less you know, because like there's this whole online meme world that none of us know about. And I'm just going to play this video from Tizzy Ent, who is going to play somebody else's video. I love how this works. But yeah, he's going to play somebody else's video, and he's going to explain things. And even at some points, you feel like he's even talking in a different language. So I don't know. If all this stuff is true, then it is what it is. So let's see.
Early on in the investigation, the Wall Street Journal and others ran a story that there was trans ideology on bullets inside the weapon that killed Charlie Kirk. That has since been retracted. That was not true. However, what was written on the bullets does tell us a lot about Taylor Robinson and what he was into. I was going to do a whole video on this, and then I saw this video from Aiden Walker that did such a great job breaking it all down and explaining it for people who aren't aware of this corner of internet culture and the fact that this shooting was essentially a shitpost. That I'm just going to let his video play. If you have someone who believes that he was trans or liberal or whatever, I encourage you to watch this video. I encourage you to share this with them.
The casing on the shot that ended Charlie Kirk's life was engraved with a 12-year-old furry bashing meme. Notice his bulge, ooh woo, what's that? Which tells us an important thing. This assassination was a shitpost. That is the lens to analyze it through. Another of the casings references a video game, Helldivers 2, and a specific bomb that you could send on your enemies in the game with the command up, right, down, down, down. This command line sort of became the meme in image boards and where it would be deployed to kind of represent, ending an argument, but almost more so as just like, if you know, you know. And that sort of signals the in-group there. Another of the 4 casings references Bella Ciao, which is an Italian anti-fascist anthem from the World War II era that has stuck around and remained very popular online. It's been used both in left and right-wing political contexts, and it's used in a lot of video games. And then the 4th and final shell casing was engraved with, if you're reading this, you're gay, LMAO. This was a shitpost. It was designed to be maximally disruptive and incomprehensible, cloaked in layer upon layer of irony so that nobody would know what he really meant unless they were our guy. This performs a kind of nihilism that plays really, really well on particular image boards and Discord servers where this guy spent most of his life. And I say most of his life because that furry meme is from 2013. He was 10 years old when it was first posted and became popular. He, like you and I, grew up alongside this part of the internet that trickled out through the other platforms that we went on and has actually informed and driven a lot of our politics. Half of the administration right now is content creators. And all of the guys who are wearing masks, going out on these deportation raids, the guys who are staffers of Republican members of Congress in these different executive departments, the guys who are 19 years old called in by Elon to doge things, these are all Reddit kids. These are all guys who were on 4chan in 2013, laughing at that furry meme. Now, the question everybody's asking is, was this kid a groiper? And the question everybody's parents are asking is, what is a groiper? So groipers are the most extreme fringe of this kind of image board nihilistic culture that I'm talking about. They're led by Nick Fuentes, who is a content creator and a streamer, and they really are about transgressing any boundary that exists. They are like explicitly white nationalists. Really bad, horrible people. The name Groiper originates from this variant of Pepe the Frog, which comes about in the late 2010s, and these guys adopt it as a kind of collective self-portrait. They make it their profile picture, they make it their moniker. There was the Groiper War of 2019, in which Nick Fuentes and his people trolled Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA, showing up at these debate events and asking questions that would push Kirk to say things that were even more extreme than Kirk was already saying. So where Charlie Kirk took like one step toward these kind of white or Christian nationalist ideas, the Groipers took 2 steps. They demanded that he make the subtext text. One post people have been citing as proof of the Groiper hypothesis is this one from his mother's Facebook that shows him dressed up as a meme for Halloween. It seems like the meme is called Nick Pepe, which is a 4chan meme to my understanding, but I don't quite associate it with Poll, which is like the political board on 4chan that most people are talking about it. I see it more as like a K meme, sort of like a rare Pepe type thing. But again, like many Pepe or Groiper memes, the core of this is it's a lonely male figure in sort of an immiserated landscape looking sad. And that's part of the story I wish more people were talking about. What's driving our political violence isn't just polarization, where one side is getting more radical and kind of undermining democracy, nor is it algorithms, like someone said, that are like pickling the brains of young people. It is that feeling, which these Pepe memes represent, of you're always going to be alone, you're never going to have a future, and you're never going to have a voice. And that feeling, which is by no means rare or unusual in our society today, collides with a particular set of circumstances. This long entrenched nihilistic online tradition, the ready availability of firearms, and the increasing derangement of mainstream discourse, this ambient sense of like tension and volatility that exists in the air to produce stuff like this. And we're going to see more and more of it unless those root causes are addressed and unless we find a way to offer a better future to people.
So yeah, this guy, according to reports, if you believe all that, and this is where I say I would know what Dan would say right here. Like, Dan would say, that's not the guy. That guy didn't do it. That's the guy who's taking the fall for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because
right.
In a way, I don't know.
Well, how
like,
did
it's
he,
also
like, know about guns? Was he in the army? Was like, or I mean, how did he?
No,
get that shot.
I
Like
guess
that?
his family was into guns, like, you know, the gun
Okay,
culture.
so he's
so.
probably been around his whole life practicing and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, according to that, you know what I'm saying, but I don't
Yeah.
know what I would believe.
I'm
But
just
anyhow,
curious.
like,
I
it
didn't hear
doesn't
that.
like, yeah, like it's almost as if none of it makes sense on purpose. Like,
Well,
and
that's what he was saying,
I think
right?
that's what he was getting to. Yeah, is that
Right,
it
that's what
was
he was
made
saying, I think.
to be unrecognizable to anybody who's not in that small fraction of people online. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? The people have to dig super fucking deep to get to that shit, and none of it
I
makes
don't know.
sense
Maybe
even
the
to
reason
them.
wasn't political at all. Then maybe it was a
Well,
badge
they're
of
saying he was what they're saying is that he was super far right, and that Charlie Kirk wasn't enough right for them, for him.
Right. So
That's what they're
so
saying.
he
Like,
did it
that's why
for
the
like a
gripers.
badge type thing, right? Like in
I
his
have
little
no idea.
society.
Who knows?
I mean, that's just a
I
theory,
mean, it's hard.
obviously.
Yeah, it's hard to know what he did it for, especially because like none of the information now seems to be even really credible at all.
Well, you know what? I mean, that makes more sense than anything I've ever heard that I've heard so far. Honestly, to be honest, that theory
Yeah.
of it makes more sense to me than any of it. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
but
'cause really, Charlie
the
Kirk
thing
was
is he
nobody.
might not have,
He was a guy who
honestly,
went to
like you said,
colleges. You know, he went to colleges to debate young kids. That's what he did. He wasn't really anybody.
no, he really wasn't. I mean, he made a lot of
So
money doing what he
that
did.
reason makes more sense to me than any of them.
Yeah, but like Charlie Kirk made a lot of money doing what he did. Just
Right.
because,
Right.
like, the podcast and all that
Killingham's not
stuff,
gonna
like, you
do
make a lot of
any
money on
good.
the right wing over there.
Right? So it's not gonna change nothing. Killing him was not gonna change anything politically, right? So it has to be a different reason, I would think.
No, what it does is spark the freaking, like, powder keg that we want to turn into beer. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're trying to do, right? Like,
right.
But it's a
I
spark
don't know.
to the powder keg. Like people are taking that personally, and now they're whitewashing his legacy as if everything he
Like
said
he
was
was a
taken
king,
out of
like he was
context.
right, and that he was a good person, blah 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 blah.
Which honestly we don't know. Like I said, I'll be honest as fuck. I don't like I know what he said, and that makes me believe he was a bad person. But I also know the industry enough to know that people will do anything for money, which is
All
not
right.
something which you can guarantee is something we're
But
not going to fucking do, because look at where we're at, you
no,
know, like.
I think that still makes him maybe not as a bad person, but still makes him a bad person. Then
Yes,
still, you know,
absolutely.
the reason behind it still makes him not a good person, I guess.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know
mean,
how
no,
else to say that.
don't get me wrong. You should absolutely not feel guilty for not having any empathy for him, because he once said empathy is made up. So You have
I don't
that.
know if I don't have no empathy for him. I don't know if I let myself even go that way, but I don't feel.
No, I'm
I don't know. I
saying,
guess I
yeah,
don't feel
you should not feel
bad.
bad for not feeling bad, is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
except for, you know, the people who you should feel bad for, which are basically his kids, and that's it.
I do feel
Because
bad
I
for
don't
his
even feel
kids.
bad for his wife, because his wife knew who he was, and she's already trying to
Yep.
griff off this thing. They're
Yep.
worth millions
Yep.
of dollars, and she's got a GoFundMe, and that's fucking like,
But
come on,
even then,
like, get the fuck
I
out of
don't
here.
know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say this. I don't know. Never, I shouldn't say it. Never mind. Just go on.
You shouldn't say it, then you probably shouldn't say it. But
not
I'm
saying
going to
it.
talk about what made me most upset about all of this. What upset me the most, like, honestly, I'm going to tell you my first emotion, and honestly, you like, you can't judge anybody for any of their emotions, especially because, like, people deal with things like this in their own way. My first emotion was, fuck, now I have to talk about Charlie Kirk. You know, that was my first emotion. Like I was like I didn't care enough for the guy to actually be super upset that he died, but I'm upset that somebody killed him in a horrific way and tried to ignite this powder keg and civil war. And that's where all of the initial fucking shit went to, was like, it's a left-winger. We're at political war. We're at civil war now. Like, I just said the word. I'm gonna drink right now for it.
Oh, you did. Ding ding.
Yeah, but but like that was everyone, like, I went to Twitter and everybody on the right was like, it's a left winger, it's a left winger, it's a left wing. Now, honestly, we still don't even know. Like, he could have been super right, and even if he was super right, that doesn't mean that, like, all right people are bad. Like, I understand that that your ideology and the fact that a lot of political violence comes out of it kind of hurts you in a way, like, you know what I'm saying, makes you feel a certain way, but, like, it doesn't mean that you're bad as a person. Like, I know people
Well,
are good
bottom
at their
line, I
hearts.
think that when we start killing people for their opinions is when we've lost. We've lost it. We've lost humanity, I think, at this point, because this is just
But you got to remember, it was
sad and
one
scary.
dude. It
I
was
know.
one guy. It wasn't like a group of people who did this. Like,
No,
as far
true,
as we know.
true, but still, that just still gives me confirmation then that he can't be the only one out there that feels that way. Obviously, there's more people out there that feel okay. They feel justified in killing somebody because they don't agree with their opinion or whatever. There's more people out there. There are people out there.
Here's a little video from Michael Lasky, which is actually the Red Power Ranger, if nobody knew. But
like the Power
he kind
Ranger.
of sums up my thoughts on this. So here we go. I gotta let my dog out as well, so I'll be right back.
One of the things that bothers me about the Charlie Kirk situation is that it was utter outrage. Civil war. When we thought it was a leftist. Now that things are much more opaque, and it may very well be that this person who did it just didn't think that Charlie Kirk was Republican enough that rage subsided. Where did that rage go? Where did that indignation go? Why is it more okay that a Republican might have done it, but if it were a trans person, it was going to be civil war? Don't you think it's weird that you're willing to go to war over the death of Charlie Kirk if it was like a liberal person, but not if it were a Republican person? Are you actually mad about Charlie Kirk? Did you actually like him? Or are you looking for an excuse? I don't know. These vibes just don't seem to track, and I think that it might mean that some of you need to do a little bit of introspection. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of Friday the 13th, spoiler alert, we find out that Jason wasn't actually offing kids at Camp Crystal Lake. It turned out to be his mother, and we didn't look at that and go, huh, never mind then. The fact that there isn't still a civil war tells me that it wasn't about Charlie Kirk. It was about who you wanted to do civil war to. I don't know, man. Maybe that's just something you should think about. the things that bothers me about.
Yeah, that's something people should definitely think about because it was rage. And I understand that initial emotions are often rage and not really logical. But man, were they ready to they're ready to kill people who voted for Democrats.
Stone people. They were ready to burn people at the stake.
Yeah. But at the heart of it all, it really comes down to, we're talking about how Charlie Kirk wasn't, the things he espoused were not great things. The things he talked about were not great things.
True.
And there is a word for it, and it's called stochastic terrorism. And as soon as I get this video up, we're going to let the history wizard tell us what it's all about.
Is it a tactic or is it something that,
Well, let's find out.
Let's
find
out. Mm-hmm.
It's loading.
Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to History Wizard. I'm the History Wizard, and I have a master's degree in Holocaust and Genocide Studies. Let's talk about stochastic terrorism. Yeah? Because there are a lot of people on the right-wing side of politics stating that everyone on the left wing just wants to kill everyone who has different opinions than us, which is completely ridiculous. But let's clarify a few things. Yeah, first of all, Charlie Kirk wasn't killed by anyone on the left wing or anyone with anything even remotely resembling left-wing politics. He was killed by another member of the alt-right from a different faction who thought that he wasn't radical enough. This was sectarian violence. This was white-on-white crime, if I may be so blunt as to call it that. But also, supremacist ideologies aren't opinions. They are inherently calls to violent actions against marginalized communities. Right? You cannot have a supremacist ideology that does not carry within it either an explicit or implicit call to destroy anyone who falls outside of the group that you consider supreme. So political violence against a supremacist or a supremacist ideology, and especially a supremacist who is in the middle of espousing his supremacist ideology, is self-defense. But we're not here to pile more and more justifications onto this latest round of political violence that for some reason has you all clutching your pearls over the death of a Nazi. We're here to talk about stochastic terrorism, and anyone who already knows what it is will notice that I did define it earlier in this video. Stochastic terrorism is an indirect call to violent action. It often uses coded political language or dog whistles, that there's not only separation between the person making the implicit call to violent action and the person committing it. So there's no direct incitement, but also there's plausible deniability for the person making that incitement. But they never directly, explicitly stated to go kill off these people. They just planted the idea in someone's head through the use of these dog whistles and primed them for later violent action. Charlie Kirk was a stochastic terrorist. So is Ben Shapiro, Nick Fuentes is as well. Donald Trump is the single largest stochastic terrorist that we have on the planet right now in 2025. Anyway, have a day.
So yeah.
It's like, anyway, he just tells us the president of the United States is a fucking terrorist. Okay. Anyway, have a day.
Terrorist, yes. Yep. Like, honestly, when you're stoking violence and the rhetoric you speak has consequence, then yes. Mm-hmm. And I want to talk about some of the latest of the rhetoric that has sparked some violence. But before we do any of that, make sure you like us, subscribe, Facebook, YouTube. Come on over to Twitch. Get your emotes and throw them down in chat.
Throw them down.
We are still yet to hit a hype train on Twitch. So Come on over, get some subs in. Maybe you'll start that hype train. Maybe you'll start that hype train. More fun when there's a lot more people. It is what it is. Anyhow, we are going to take ourselves a break, and when we get back, we are going to talk about how violent rhetoric has consequences. Absolutely has tons of consequences. Until then, we will catch you on the flip side. What is up?
What's up?
Welcome on back to Remotely Relevant. I'm your host, Rick. Got my sibling with me, Claudette.
What's up, Pete?
Freaking just hanging out, doing our thing. I promise you all. I promise everyone that we're going to start having more fun after this stream. But when crazy shit happens that needs to be addressed, needs to be talked about, we're going to talk about it. And yeah, we're going to cover politics a lot on this show. And we're also going to cover a lot of other things too. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff just because, you know, a lot of things to talk about. And I think with, you know, doing 2 shows a week during the week is going to help us kind of hone our skills and trying to find the right stories to cover every other day, as it would be, you know. But
yeah,
it's going to be a fun time. We hope you join us. It's not always going to be politics, but I know we cover a lot of politics because, hey, a lot of wrong going on right now, a lot of injustice, a lot of injustice,
absolutely.
and it needs to be talked about. So we're going to talk about it. And let me bring up this video here. It's always screwing me up and bringing me up on the wrong screen. But hold on a second. This video here is probably going to sum up everything that we've kind of talked about a little bit in a way. And then towards the end of it, we're going to get into how we're talking about how violent rhetoric has consequences. And we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But for now, I gotta smoothly share my screen over here. Share. And unmute and play. Hold on a second. I gotta share on the screen. Right. There we go. There we go. A lot going on for this guy.
You know how a right-wing radical extremist just went out and shot another right-wing radical extremist for not being right-wing radical extremist enough, just like every other similar event in recent history has been carried out by radical right-wing terrorists. And then instead of doing some introspection into why maybe they just shouldn't be Nazis, because Nazis get gadded sometimes, mostly by other Nazis apparently, they got out their graphing calculator and started punching in their MAGA math and came to the perfectly logical conclusion that it's not their fault for radicalizing these people, it's our fault for calling them Nazis sometimes, which apparently radicalizes them into shooting themselves, which is a wild logical leap. And they usually follow this up with the argument that they are not, in fact, Nazis and fascists. They just happen to have differences of opinions that just so happen to align with Nazis and fascists. This is an argument I've been getting from them for a long time because I've been calling them what they are for a very long time. And every time I do, they inevitably come out with, oh, everybody who disagrees with you is a Nazi or a fascist, huh? It's like, no, only the ones who think we should be doing Nazi and fascist shit. But then, while trying to convince us that you're not fascists and Nazis, you have people on your favorite news networks saying this shit.
Billions of dollars to mental health and the homeless population. A lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary. You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you, or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill them.
Yeah, Brian, why did it have to get to this point?
Right. I would say this, but I'm voting for the right people.
And y'all really gonna keep trying to pretend it's not fucking Nazis? Because even without Brian Kilmeade's final solution for the homeless, that bitch was Nazi as fuck. Motherfuckers is out here advocating that we just throw homeless people into concentration camps to solve our homelessness problem. You know, not making sure that everybody just has access to housing, food, healthcare, and education. No, round them up and throw them in a gulag. That way I won't have to look at the undesirables anymore. The irony of which I'm sure is completely lost on Lawrence Jones there, who doesn't realize that he himself is one of the undesirables to them. Arguably more so than the homeless people, because they certainly didn't fight a war to keep homeless people in chains. But hey, I'm sure they'll pick you any day there, bud, because, you know, you are one of the good ones. But if all that shit wasn't Nazi enough, you got Brian Kilmeade coming out here being like, I'm gonna let you finish, but, nah, fuck all that concentration camp shit, just kill him. Brian Kilmeade on national television on a Republican propaganda show publicly advocated for the extermination of an entire group of people simply because they are unhoused. Y'all are setting up databases trying to publicly dox people and get them fired from their jobs for doing nothing more than sharing Kirk's own quotes. Y'all are out here twisting yourself into pretzels a circus sideshow contortionist couldn't manage, trying to explain away the direct quote showing how big of a vile, hateful piece of shit Kirk was, saying all these hundreds of quotes are taken out of context somehow. They weren't, by the way, which is conveniently why you never put them in context. And while you all are doing that in real time, you have a mega talking head with a national platform seen by millions of people openly advocating for the genocide of nearly 800,000 Americans. And not a single peep from the right about canceling, kill me, no doxing campaigns, nothing but crickets from you fuckwits because you disingenuous pieces of shit are fucking Nazis. It's not just Brian Kilmeade saying this shit, it's all of you unhinged fucks executing effigies of people you disagree with. It's people posting videos begging Cheddar Cheese Charles Manson to use the military to eradicate all of the people you don't like, and if he's not willing to do that, to give them the green light to do it themselves. It's people like Eli Phillips here from Columbus, Indiana, saying that when they win, they're going to throw us in fucking camps. If that's not advocating for violence, I don't know what is, but as always, every accusation with you people is a fucking confession. So let this maybe be a lesson to y'all before things get too far out of control. You are never going to dox people into grieving when you're gone. So if you want people to mourn your death, stop living such sad, hateful, pathetic little lives and start living a life worth mourning. And remember that doxing is all fun and games till it happens to you. And there are plenty of us who are petty fuckers with a platform who are more than happy to play that game. You know how
That's shocking.
So I'm there for off the wagon. I'm there for his plight. Like, come the fuck on, man. Are you kidding me? You like your solution to end like anything, and you're gonna say it on fucking TV is to just kill people.
Right.
The solution to anything. I don't care about your solution to homelessness.
Because they won't take your fucking.
That's caused by the fucking goddamn policies that's been going on for fucking ages in this fucking country.
Yeah, they're talking about mental health, right? That's what he was talking about, mental health.
Well, he was talking about homeless people.
Oh yeah, okay.
Homeless people. It doesn't matter what their mental capacity is. They're talking about homeless people.
All right.
Like, I'm not yelling at you. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I thought he was talking about the people who need mental health or something like that. I didn't know he was talking about homeless people or people on like on the system, on food.
Yeah, I'm sure that there are some people who are homeless who need mental health, obviously, but who doesn't need mental health in this fucking world? Everyone needs it.
Either way,
but yeah,
no matter what it was for.
It just goes to the point that like that was. Which one is this? Now I'm at the wrong thing. Hold on. I mean, it just goes to show that like I can't believe you would even say something like that. All right, I think this is the right one.
That's shocking.
I guess it is the right one. Okay. Yeah, but
I was shocked.
Rhetoric like that has consequences. And they were almost goddamn fucking immediate. As I'm going to let Mr. Global tell you here in a second as soon as it loads up.
So do you guys remember this? It was 2 days ago. 2 days ago.
Involuntary lethal injection. Something. Just kill them. The culture of violence that we're seeing, the political rhetoric that we're experiencing on a daily.
You ever even heard of that happening once? You ever even heard of that happening once? It's happened twice.
Mass shootings at homeless encampments now.
Yeah.
That's what he's pointing to.
So do you guys remember this? It was just 2 days ago.
Mass freaking shootings at homeless 2 days after. 2 days after the guy fucking said it. And you've never heard of it once.
No,
right?
Never.
Like it happened two separate fucking times afterwards.
He put it out there on purpose, or he put it out there because he.
Well, he put it out there, and people fucking acted on it. That's what it is.
Okay.
stochastic terrorism, right? Like what we,
Yeah, that's oh yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm coming off as I'm pissed off at you. I'm just pissed off in general. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're not really coming off that way. I was just,
I know. I'm just
whatever.
saying.
But anyway,
I just don't want to.
That
put that
so
out
people
there.
are. So you put it out there. Do you think it was purposely done that way? Is what I want to know. Or they just said it.
I don't know if you
they
say something like
purposely
that
do it on
without.
purpose?
I don't like. I don't. Yeah, I don't know if you say something like that without hoping that something does happen. You know what I'm saying? Because they're talking about it, like, and then
Right.
that's a solution. So you
Like a
don't
tactic,
think some
you know what I
unhinged
mean?
person is going to watch that and be like, you know what? Let me go get my gun.
But
I don't know. It's sick, man.
it's fucking huge. This world is
Like-
fucked up. People are messed up. Really, we are like despicable. We are.
Yeah. And I'll
Not
tell you what,
us,
like,
but as a species. What?
I'll tell you what, they're talking about Charlie Kirk getting a fucking like memorial somewhere in
Yeah.
Washington and
Yeah.
and you know, like making him a martyr and effigy, but you ain't gonna get no remorse for them homeless people. None.
Whose personality on a network I won't name suggested the solution to the homeless crisis is to just kill people. Today, a mass shooting in a homeless encampment claimed the lives of 8 people. There will be no fanfare for those people. There will be no military honors. There will be no parades or televised funerals. There will be no outrage from the people about how they had families, about how people might have cared about them, about why they were killed, the senseless tragedy, and how it could have been prevented. They'll barely get a mention, and most people will never know their names. So remember this: if you're outraged about the death of someone else already because of your faith, truly I say unto you, what you do to the least my brothers, you have done to me. Make sure you hold equal space in your heart for the tragedy that is marginalized people on the fringes of society left behind by the rest of us, being gunned down simply for existing. And if you truly mean it, when you say nobody deserves this, then I'm sure you'll demand justice for these victims as well. Yes.
No, ain't nobody demanding justice
No,
because
that's sad
nobody
as hell,
fucking
actually.
cares.
Mhm.
It is.
That's
like I said, rhetoric has consequences, and I'm not just saying it's a right wing thing. There is left wing rhetoric that does have consequences as well. But when you go on national TV to the fucking highest rated news station and say maybe you should just lethal injection, get rid of them.
Involuntarily lethal injection, he says. So let's just go kill people because they're homeless, and they're homeless because
go
fucking
murder.
Our government put them homeless. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
No, and I think that brings us to a circle of where we started. Killing is not okay.
No,
it's just not.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
No, it's
And
not
I
okay.
don't like, and you're gonna, and like, there is a certain percentage of the homeless population that are veterans, people who fought for that guy to be able to obviously say that, even though that shouldn't be protected speech. It's absolutely not. That motherfucker should have lost his goddamn job.
Yeah,
but that's not the world we live in anymore. It's not.
Unbelievable. No, it's not.
And we're
I
gonna
don't
have to
believe
start
we're
to be
living in the real world
vigilant.
anymore.
Like I said, I'm not taking sides anymore, but I side against that.
Well, yeah, that's that's
like right versus wrong. That's all there is anymore. And if you
I
don't
really
see
don't.
that was wrong, and if you are okay with that, then you are not good. It's good and evil anymore. You know, a battle as old as time. Even though I don't believe in freaking, gods or anything. And I think that's, half of where we are now with the Christian nationalist fucking agenda. It's cold. But when it comes down to all of it, yeah,
It is
I mean, ain't
cold.
it though?
It is. It's like it's hard to
But when
take. It's like sometimes I have to remind myself it's really real life, because I want to say, really, are we living? Is this real life? It is.
It absolutely
'Cause
is.
I've
Yep.
never questioned that
Unfortunately.
my whole life until now, huh?
Unfortunately, it is life, and the
But it doesn't seem
sooner
like it, right? It
everyone
seems like
wakes
we're
up,
watching a bad
we're
movie.
awake. As soon as
Yep.
people are woke, and I know that's not what anybody wants to say because they turn that into a bad word, but people need to
Yeah.
wake the fuck up.
Wake up.
Like we can it's not too late. It's getting there. We're getting
I
to
don't
the
think it's
point where
ever
it is
too
too
late.
late. But
I don't think it. I mean, it's never too
I'm
late. I
talking
don't
to
think.
where like where there's going to be damage for years. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
you know,
But
but we
yeah,
also have to stop this whole woe is me bullshit where people talking about there ain't going to be an election. Like, bullshit. That's why they're fucking fighting so hard to try and fucking steal fucking more Senate seats. Like they're like, we have power still, and people need to fucking not get woe is me. They need to go to the fucking polls in fucking 226 next year. You need to fucking go. You need to vote.
Go vote. No matter who you vote for, go vote.
Yeah.
Right. We take
Yep.
everybody here.
But when it all comes down to this, I think I've really come to the point that it's no matter how it's done, why it was done, or what was going on, no matter what, nothing's going to change my opinion that this was orchestrated in some way to distract us from what is most important to everyone on both sides. The one thing they can't fucking get away from. And Mr. Global is going to tell us about it.
All right.
I really should have these things loaded up before I start fucking talk about stuff. This is why I need a producer.
Is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So who is he claiming lied? Is he saying the survivors lied? Is he saying all the court testimony is false? Is he saying everything we know is just a big lie? I mean, what was the island for? What was the island for? What was the flight logs? Why were all these people flying to an island to see young girls? Why was Maxwell convicted of 2 counts of trafficking? Why was there thousands of electronic payments from all these wealthy people flowing in and out of his bank accounts? See, the problem is this isn't going away like everything else does. Everything else goes away, and they thought this would go away. But this is sticking, and it's going to stick because the vast majority of everyone, no matter how they vote politically, wants to find out what's up with this. Republicans and Democrats both. Lots more distractions to come and lots more pain to come because they will continue to do whatever they can to cover this up. Thanks.
It ain't going away.
I like the way he delivers that message. So I like his sarcasm.
Mm-hmm.
Cracks me up.
It ain't going away.
No, it's not going away. It's not going away. And
It's just not. Well, I ain't gonna let it go away as far as they let me speak.
No, I
That's
don't
how I feel
understand
about
how they think I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand their thought process on. We already know stuff, and then they're gonna say, "Oh, they didn't even exist." You know, like they're
Yep,
gaslighting. They're trying
the
to
list
gaslight
doesn't
us
exist,
anyway.
and Jeffrey Epstein did it all by himself.
Right.
When you have
There's
fucking
there's a lot of
survivors
people in
saying,
power
"Yeah,
that way.
okay," like the
Yeah.
problem is we're all looking for a list when there are survivors. How come we're not believing the survivors? How come nobody? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I know we do. I know we are believing it, but
But I
it's
think
almost as
they're
if they
wanting
want like
concrete proof or something. I don't know what the fuck that is. You know, like they want it written. They want it in writing to believe it, I guess.
right.
And
I
even
have
then, you know,
yeah.
there's gonna be lots of shit that's gonna be misconstrued and you know, taken out of context.
Right. All I'm saying is in a different universe, you know, that's not absolutely not this universe. In a different universe that's not this universe. This is exactly what's going on, but not this universe. Not this universe at all. This universe isn't the universe that this is happening in, but in a completely different universe.
So I'm just saying completely hypothetically in a completely hypothetical counterfactual universe that is not this one where we are doing a thought experiment and none of this is based on real world events at all. If I wanted to pull a false flag operation with the explicit goal of dividing the population against itself, distracting from evil shit that I was doing, and causing them to descend into chaos and infighting and discord without actually erupting into real civil war-like violence, what I might do is have a popular political commentator from my own party assassinated and then the crime on somebody who looks sympathetic to my own party but does not have obvious political leanings themselves immediately, but leaves cryptic messaging that is open to interpretation that people then speculate about for weeks, if not months, to try to determine a motive and fit him into their particular narrative while I'm still doing evil shit and they've all forgotten about it. Remember, I was doing evil shit the whole time. I don't know. I'm just saying that is something that I might do if I was fucked in the head and evil, and again, in a completely hypothetical, counterfactual universe that is not this one and not based on real world events at all. So I'm just saying completely hypothetically in a completely hypothetical counter.
Yep. In a completely hypothetical. You know,
that kind
so
of
that could be
my head a little bit
an explanation of where we're at. You know.
Like I said, I don't think we're just letting out. This isn't real life.
And by the way, we skipped last pay the penance, and you had gave me a drink, so I'm going to drink it now, and I've already marked. I
gave you another drink.
No, we forgot to do pay the penance, and it came up.
Drink
and I don't know. Who knows? I'm drinking. Who cares? I'm drinking because I want to drink.
I haven't drank in a long time.
Yeah.
Let me make some drink.
Yep.
I was gonna make myself drink.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. We're gonna end the show here in a minute, but we do dark humor around here, right? We're no strangers to some dark humor around here, right?
That's right. We are no strangers.
This one might be too soon. This one might be too soon.
Well, we're all about pushing the
boundaries,
the limit.
Let's get canceled. Let's do it, right?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's get canceled. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
And loading. Share, unmute, play.
Kinda like how these verses hit me. Took a big shot, come Kirk with whiskey. Charlie talk shit, earn them 6. Now white folks talking about a purge. He got smoke by his own folks, they in that economy. Hole in his neck like tracheostomy. Fatality, they hit him with a Liu Kang. Protect your neck, should've listened to the Wu-Tang. Prove me wrong, ho. Had that boy leaking like a faucet when the knob closed. You think I give a fuck? Wrong, I do not, bro. In honor of Charlie, I'll be leaking these new songs, ho. Maybe it's me, maybe I'm just being superstitious, but it looks like they're using this to push some new division. Or craft a story and tell you what kind of shooter did it, using this to push the new agenda up to supervision. But I just kill shit when I pen a verse.
Then I drop the mic like I'm Charlie Kirk.
Hit the stage, talk my shit, and I go berserk.
Then I drop the mic like I'm Charlie Kirk.
I don't give a fuck about the rage, babe. And any motherfucker only pushing hate. It's time for great change, homie, we a day late. Stop falling for the tricks, you should day great.
People always ask us what we like to do in our free time as parents.
Yep.
All right. Well, it made a little too soon because I was really trying not to laugh because it's pretty funny.
I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, like I said, it might be too soon, but it is what it is, right?
It's okay. It wasn't too soon.
What about dark humor around here?
Need that little chuckle. Dark humor.
If you want to hate us for it, hate us for it. It is what it is.
We don't want you. If you hate us, then we don't. Then you can still are welcome.
You come hate us. We don't care. We want that. Come tell us how much we freaking suck. We need that. We need that more than anything, honestly.
Yes, just come and hate on us. Come hate on us.
Yep. Final pay the penance.
Let's just pay it.
There's nothing on the list. There's nothing to do. I don't know if we've said political at all. I'm gonna drink right there for saying it now.
Yeah, and I'm just saying let's just pay up because we
I'm gonna call it even. Call it even. We both won today.
Even Steven?
Simply because there was really no tracking. It was just one of them off days. Like I can't even get my head straight. Like when I tell you that this thing, it affected me. Like more like, everyone has their own shit going on in their lives, and more than anything that was going on in my life, this one kind of disturbed me in a way.
Hey,
but
I mean, you can't help how things
tell you
hit
what.
you. You just can help how you
No,
feel with it.
I'll tell you what though. I feel so much better actually talking about it, getting it out here tonight.
Yeah,
I had
that's
hoped
good.
some people would join us in doing that tonight, but they didn't. It's okay because we're still the unknown best show out there,
Yeah.
But we'll get
Listen,
there,
we had
and
people
we're
watching,
now
right?
we have a few, yeah. But
See,
the deal is
We
we're gonna get even more
Thank you, people.
coming some weekday streams, and
How
come
many
winter
followers
when
do we
I
have?
have days off on work, I'll start doing day streams and stuff, and we'll start getting our following. We're getting there. But I just want everybody to
it's only
know.
been for years. That's not that
only
long
been
of a time. It's a long enough time to have some experience, but not a very long time.
No,
in the
we've only
grand
been doing
scheme
the
of
Twitch thing for like a month, 2 months or
Yeah,
something like that. So
we're doing great.
we've only been monetized for a little bit now, so it's okay. It's all good. We're
Yeah.
on our way. I
Yeah,
ain't discouraged. In fact, you know what? You remind me. There's one last video we have to play,
All right.
and I have to freaking find it. No, come on, don't mess with me with this. Don't mess with me. There it is. We got to remember that before there was Post Malone, there was Pre Malone.
Love
What the heck?
What the heck? My favorite part.
I know. So we just always got to remember that, right? Doesn't that put it into perspective for you?
It absolutely does. It really
It
does.
absolutely does.
It hits
Yep.
home. It's funny. Plus, I mean, look at him now.
I know. He's
Making all
huge.
He's huge. Wearing those jean shorts and everything.
Yeah. He could
What the
pull
heck?
that off today. He could play that song now and he'd make it fucking amazing.
Absolutely.
He could remix that song. He probably has. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? I don't know.
He probably has.
Maybe,
We have to. What's
maybe
the,
the
name of the
next
song?
album he comes out with, we'll rate it on Press Play, which is our new show that we're going to be doing on YouTube. We're going to be doing that tonight. You want to get into it? We got time to do it tonight?
Get into what?
Some Press Play. We'll do it later.
Oh, Press Play. Is that what you said?
Yeah, we'll record our first episode of it tonight. That's
Okay,
what we're going to do.
can.
Okay.
All right. Let's do it.
Exactly.
Remotely relevant. I just said what you
Why
say.
is it on YouTube?
Yeah. Make sure you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, at RR Show Live. We're going to start doing this thing now. We're twice a week, Tuesday and Thursdays. Who knows if it becomes something, we might just do it more times during a week. Who knows? If it becomes something that we can flow into, we'll freaking do it all the time. Right?
Come on, people, share the love. Give us a like.
Absolutely. But for now, it's time for us to get out of here. We've already expended ourselves 15 minutes more than we should have. Now I'm going to have to edit this thing out and make sure we can get it down for the podcast. But you podcast listeners, make sure you watch out for our weekly shows. I'm going to try to get them posted ASAP, hopefully the day after. So probably Wednesdays and Fridays for you guys. But we're going to do our best. For now, I want to remind everybody that we are not, we're at home. We ain't out drinking. We ain't going to go driving or nothing. Neither should you. If you've been playing along with us, having fun drinking along with us, We hope that you make it home safely. Make sure you call that Uber, Lyft, taxi, mom, dad, daughter, son, uncle, aunt,
Niece.
whoever it takes. Get home
Uber.
safely.
Or
We love you
stay your
guys.
ass there.
And for now, we are going to get you into some sunshine.
Sunshine.
Later.
See ya.
All right, we're going to call this one Sunshine.
You're my sunshine, only sunshine. Make me happy. Skies are gray, never know much I love you. Please don't take sunshine away, shine away. Never know much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away, shine away. Never know how much I love you, but don't take my sunshine away, shine away. Other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, dreamt I held you in my arms when I woke here. I was mistaken, and I hung my head, and I cried, never know how much I love. Please don't take my sunshine away, shine away. Never know how much I love. Please don't take my sunshine away, shine away. Sunshine, only sunshine. Make me happy. Skies are gray, never know. Two is for you, oh no. Please don't take my sunshine away, shine away. Never know much I love you. Please don't take sunshine away, shine away. Never know much I love. Please don't take my sunshine away, shine away. I'm my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. Skies are gray, never know.
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
Do you know what wubba lubba dub dub means?
That's just Rick's stupid nonsense catchphrase.
It's not nonsense at all. In my people's tongue, it means, I am in great pain. Please help me.
Well, I'm dumb.